Hey, Emerald. It's good to see you, man. Can you fucking believe it? And hey, and man, first thing, shout out to Z for fucking telling us right away, man. Like, dude, thank you, Z. Way to be, dude. Way to have an ear to the ground. Got some shit? Like, you have some shit about you, or you got some shit about the assassination? I was about to say, yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Like, Z deserves a cookie for that shit. I got some goofy shit. Yeah, I saw the shooting live, actually. Holy... wow. Talk about being there for a piece of history, man. Yep. Yep. Okay, I'm actually going to... We're not even touching these tabs today. All the tabs that I had, we're opening a whole new window. We are covering this, obviously.
And watch and listen to the rally.
I gotta tell. Trumo. Do you mean Trump is the new 50? Changed my mind. Oh yeah, dude. Bro, why did I say the exact same thing, bro? You read my mind. The second Z said that shit, and the second I saw that he walked off stage, I was like, okay, if he walked off stage, he's probably good. He's probably going to make it if he was able to walk off stage, so thank God for that. And then immediately, as soon as I breathed a sigh of relief, I was like, Trump won the election. 100 million votes, Trump just won. Yep. Yep, I wouldn't surprise if he carries like 49 states. 48, 49 states, some crazy thing like that. It's going to be, man, it's going to be, I'm really, this is exciting times we live in. Like, I'm concerned. There's a lot of implications here, and also, let's fucking go! Dude, imagine subscribing to the adventure on the day of the failed Trump assassination. Bro, fucking imagine. It's good to see you, by the way, Rev. I'm happy you're here, man. Thanks for being here, and it's long time no see. I wish you showed up more often, but I know you're busy. Pick a random one. Feel like these are good when Panda fucks up. The hell are these, dude? I'm literally so fast. What the hell? Dude, what are you sending me? We're trying to talk about serious. Oh, this is the adventurous stream. There's never fucking serious anything on this. Almost all major ammo sites. Wow. Oh wait, I need to. That's not right. Hulkus Dickus, what's up? What do you think is going to happen as a result of this? Will Trump tone down his rhetoric or harden his resolve? Oh, if it's fucking Trump, he dials it to 11 after this. And you know what's crazy? That idiot that missed, that hit Trump's ear. Which, thank God, he didn't hit Trump in the head. That idiot just radicalized Trump. Probably Trump was probably going to get in there and be somewhat reasonable. He was probably going to get in there and, you know, kind of do maybe a little bit more conservative, a little bit more hard-ass than last time. Now, they shot the guy. He's going to get in there and gut this fucking bitch. He is going to eradicate the administrative state. He is going to put this country on lockdown now. Like, I honestly, if I had to guess, I really think now Trump is going to go in there fucking fist of iron and wreck shit. And praise God. In Insurrection Act Day 1, I say. Insurrection Act Day 1. Charlie Kirk. Let me...
And listen to the rally.
Charlie Kirk was saying Trump is still going to show up to the UFC fight tonight with Dana White. Dude, would that not be the most baller move? Like, get shot in the ear and hours later go to the UFC fight? Dude, that would be the most baller move ever. Like, imagine how, like, no one could ever say that Trump was a coward or any shit like that again. The left would have nothing to fucking say. Ever. Toned down. He's been trying to seem moderate. IMW version now instead of it. So, like, should be better speeds. Oh yeah, and we got the Starlink hooked up. By the way, we are talking to you on Elon internet. We are on Starlink. His walkout music better be many men. Yeah. Many men. Many men. Yeah, dude. So let me know, guys, if there's any like glitchiness or lag, if there's any kind of interruption to the stream, please let me know. In fact, actually, out of curiosity, let's do a speed test. It's smooth too, def better than your old internet. Hell yeah. Already looking better than the old internet. And this is while streaming too, so it's actually faster. Yep. Okay. Upload is a bit laggy, but if that holds steady, if it stays consistently that, it will be way better than than the other internet was. The chat delay is built into Twitch. That's not an option, dude. Let's check this out really quick.
Right, we couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up and watched and listened to the rally. Right, we couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea. But
so Trump got shot at.
Crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
Yeah, it looked like his ear. Oh shit! It looked like Trump was holding his ear, so the bullet either grazed his ear or maybe even grazed the side of his head. But he was standing up. He was able to throw a fist up. He wasn't gushing blood, so it probably didn't hit. It probably didn't break skull or anything. Let's say things might hit the fan. Yeah. 2 more in critical condition and 1 dead. Plus dead shooter. The shooter's dead. Fuck. I wanted them to get him alive. Do we know if the shooter eliminated himself? Or did the Secret Service / police get him? They shot the shooter? Of course they did. Of course they did. Gotta cover up. That immediately inclines me to think this was the establishment. Shooter was dead in 2 seconds. Secret Service anti-sniper shot him. They def made him a new breathing hole. Well, look, whatever the truth of the matter is, maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe it really wasn't a rogue, a political dissident, not a statist, not a member of the state, not an establishment lackey. Whatever the truth is, I'm just glad Trump's alive. He identified as a dolphin, so they helped his transition. Okay, let's finish this.
Clearly see him with a rifle, absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, oh, what? You know, like they didn't know what.
Ice House. Hey! Imagine getting a gift sub on the day of the failed Trump assassination. Just fucking imagine. Is a light with speculation right now. Of course it is, dude. Yeah, thank you for gifting the sub, man. That's big of you. We appreciate the support. We really do. Every little bit of help the adventure can get these days is huge. Was a Dem. That's why he can't. Do you have a source for that? Links, anything related to the shooter or anything, any emerging stuff, link it in the chat. I don't care if it's a tweet. I don't care if it's a live stream from a news company. Anything you have, link it.
Going on, you know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage?
Old dude Mike, welcome to the adventure, old dude. I hope you're having a good day. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Zach. You'll see my wife on stream in a minute. Oh, the wife is here. So yeah, I'm Zach. This is my wife Kate. Welcome to the adventure. I hope you're having a good night. Welcome in on this most historic occasion.
Yep. Does everything seem to be working okay?
The Executioner's Dungeon post based on the fact. Okay, EOD's Discord. You could have just told me it was in EOD's Discord. I'm in EOD's Discord.
Yeah.
I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for the rapid response. Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America.
Yeah. I can say from personal experience that is a very, very scary thing to happen.
Yep. Yep. I've never been shot at, but I've had bullets fly by me. I was safely underneath a berm of dirt, but yeah, it's something. Based on the fact that the bullet grazed Trump's ear. That slight head turn. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that slight turn might have saved his life, no doubt about it.
Yep.
Talk about an act of God.
Yeah.
I've had the unplay. Ain't fun.
Not fun at all.
Did you check the shit everybody dropped in Discord? I will check in a minute.
All right.
I know, dude. Right. How baller is that Trump he pushed past the Secret Service to do the fist in the air.
Yeah.
10,000 fists in the air. That slight turn. There is a monster campaign poster coming out of this. What a shot of him raising his fist. Oh yeah, 100%. My takeaway is this: they just guaranteed his election. That was literally, like I told you when I first saw you, Rev. That was the first thing I thought after I realized he was fine. I was like, they just any doubt that he was winning the election just disappeared beyond any shadow. All right, for some reason, Ice House, shake my head. Can't believe he missed. Okay, ban Gorp. Gorp, fuck you for saying that. Everyone, ban him. Ugh. Okay.
Can we not?
Maybe Kate also on the internet. That's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Reps for Trump!
Woohoo!
And I'm gonna go ban him from the Discord right now.
Yep.
That's a long time
That's
coming.
it. Yep.
Creamy Ranch, Dom Luke just posted Shooter's face. That was fast.
Yeah.
You can always rely on that guy to be on top of it. Welcome in, Creamy Rancho. Long time no see.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Secret
That was
Service.
more than 4 reps.
Okay, we have a chatter in the YouTube.
Nice. Hello, YouTube chatter. What's he saying?
Kaylin is saying Secret Service big red flags right now. The fact that high vantage points were not covered blows my mind. They say the Holy Spirit can be like a gust of wind, just enough to blow it off course. I think I'm over here on lame YouTube. What is your
Yep, if you're feeling adventurous, there's the Twitch.
Yep.
Yep. Welcome in. You said Kyla? Kayla? Kaylin. Welcome in, Kaylin. Whether you stay on YouTube or come over to the Twitch, either one. I hope you subscribe to the YouTube before you leave. If you do, come over to the Twitch. Old Mike Dude, welcome formally to the adventure. Thank you very much for the support. His adventure, but is out of the main Discord. That's fine. He can stay in the adventurous convo. That's supposed to be an anything goes, even pieces of shit welcome server. But yeah, if he's out of the main Discord, that's all we need. Seeing he got hit in the chest too.
Paul isn't even allowed in there.
Right? Seeing it was a white Antifa guy. Biden sends well wishes to Vice President Trump. Wow, bro. Hey, okay. How's it going, man? Good to see you. We know the shooter's African. I mean, hood rat. I mean. Z, really? Don't be saying shit you don't know for a fact, dude. Game Boy, Corp. Okay, how could you say this? Sim points will do. Sorry, catching up with chat. Chat's going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
He's kind of mad. He got banned. I don't care.
Yep, can get over it.
Made my way over here. Hey, good to see you, Kaylin. Welcome in.
Welcome in. I have the YouTube and Kit Chat.
What was that? You have the kick in the YouTube up?
Yep.
Cool. Hey, Panda. Panda, are you still not able to Twitch chat? He looks pretty. Okay, anyways, we haven't finished this yet.
I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this.
If you want, Maru, if it'll make you feel better, Maru, you can you can unban him to reban him. Airshot beat you to it on that one. Diva down. Convicted felon has had an but what the fuck is that absolute garbage, Rev?
Are you did you get hacked by a porn bot?
Right? Gorps was like, shake my head, can't believe they missed. Looks like a verified checkmark status on Twitter. Rev, I love you, man.
And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're
Maru was like, I'm killing him again.
100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up
you
there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the
dude,
slope
right,
went,
Kalen?
He was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see,
I agree,
mean,
Minas.
see everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
Wild. Utter failure, unless that which it might have been.
Oh, Panda was saying, will this shot combined with Trump's age potentially be fatal? I hope not.
Absolutely not.
EOD said, not a chance in hell. He's still going to the UFC fight tonight.
Yep. Yeah, an ear graze. Unless it gets infected, the only way it becomes fatal is if it gets infected. That's the only way. And that's highly unlikely to cause a fatal infection with modern medicine at the state it's in. What the hell did you send me? I will admit
that if you use
that
scripture,
is
you're
funny.
holding the Bible as an
That is pretty funny. I'm gonna I'm gonna file that away for later. My God, that's stupid. Trump by Secret Service.
Hello, Nikki. Welcome into the YouTube chat.
Welcome in, Nikki.
Nikki says, how did they let this happen? I'm so shook up and fired up.
Right. Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we just watched a dude gave an interview saying he tried to let the Secret Service know and they didn't take him seriously, which is, if that's true, it really makes me inclined to say this was set up.
Yeah.
How did you get Gorps to actually sub for 5 months? I don't remember Gorp ever being subbed. If
Yeah.
second
I
one.
think someone gifted him one.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, I am fast as fuck, baby. I'm the baddest motherfucker in the room. And if you wanna step, you go ahead, go ahead. You can catch these hands and understand. Like, whoa, baby. I'm ice cold.
Just the fact there was no agent already on that roof. Well, apparently,
It's over for you.
if we're taking what we're hearing at face value,
Did she just
the
say
guy
that if you
was
use
outside
scripture,
of the Secret Service perimeter. Short amusing link. Okay, we're gonna get back to the assassination. We can maybe check this out. What the hell is this?
Chart. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
How many shots was that?
Chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
1, 2, 3. 3 shots. Oh no, then there was, yeah, that sounded like
Said, take a look at what happened.
1, 2, 3. There was another 3 or 4.
But do we know if that was...
That was probably Secret Service returning, yeah. After, yeah.
Nikki says 7.
Wait a little bit longer. There's another shot. Hey, welcome in. Good to see you, Lino. Biden has 50 that swear those bullets are Russian disinformation. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple see something that's said, take a look at what happened. Look at what happened. Look at what happened.
What is he doing? It's like right at the second the guy starts firing at Trump, this guy was adjusting his tripod. I've always did do this. Stay mad. My Russian buddy said for sure it was not them. I don't think it was Russia either. It doesn't make sense for Russia to try to do it.
No.
Why did it take the sniper that long? Trump left hospital 27 minutes ago. It just happened. God, that's some fast turnaround.
Well, that just tells you that the wound was not that serious.
I wonder if he kept all of his ear or if a chunk of his ear is now gone. Dude, if a chunk of his ear is now gone, he's never going to shut up about that.
He probably got stitches.
Well, he might have stitches. He might have a chunk of his ear missing. We don't know yet. Prob, a chunk of his ear. Looks like it was blown clean off. Ooh, yeah. Well,
Oh, shit. Well,
I mean, hey, that's...
he's... Yep. He's not going to let them live that down. Not at all.
Wow. Wow. Destiny's a huge piece of shit. New mugshot with the killer ear. Oh, baby. Yeah. Lag over. My girlfriend to become a personal trainer. Any tips or starting points on how to go about it? I'm happy to have that conversation with you or her another day. Let's focus on the Trump assassination First president with ear piercing. Historical. Nice. Felon and got shot. First black president.
Oh my gosh.
Rev. Mike Tyson might want to eat it and get back to fighting Jay. Jesus Christ, dude. How many are accusing being... Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, let's just go ahead and screenshot this for posterity.
Yep.
This is who the left is. Hey, what's up, Hoser? That is probably gloating unless he tries to optically save face. First true black president. That's the time it was covered.
Hold, when you're ready, on you. Ready, move.
Yeah.
Move. Go.
Dude, not only that, the fact that Trump, I don't know if this is just truly who he is, or if he just had the light bulb moment, I just won the election and got up and gave the fist in the air. Dude, most hardcore thing any president has done in the last 100 or more years. I think it is just who he is, man. I would tend to agree. Absolutely wild. Hey, what's up, third leg?
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
Yeah, toughest press since Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, he had to. I bet Trump's going to have a shirt too. Texas for Biden. Cringe ass username, but welcome in, sir. Peepo sad. Sad about what exactly? Did you notice Mr. Q in the background? No, I did not notice Mr. Q. With the top hat. I mean, I noticed the guy with the top hat. The crowd amidst being shot with the raised fist is pretty badass. Agreed. No, he didn't. Dude. Sad they shot our boy. Your name is Texas for Biden. What do you mean, our boy? Or is your name ironic somehow? He was talking about a new chart, and he's beside the Glass Research Institute. They made new glass to make solar, and he was about to talk about it, so the oil company shot him. Oh my god, dude. A guy on Twitch named Wick TV says he's happy about this. I think he's having an open panel, or could get you in if you want. Maybe later.
Or maybe not, because, you know, it could be a case of us getting social aids again, like the last time you gave us social aids.
Actually, yeah,
Thanks
she's
for
right.
Paul,
Yeah, she's right.
by the way. Not thanks, actually.
Did you watch? Some of those supporters were just looking for someone to bounce on, right? On that guy in the Q community. Yeah, we don't like social aids. I'm not a fan of Paul, and that whole saga
No.
didn't work though. Texas provide. Welcome to the adventure. Okay. Video of an apparent on a nearby rooftop has been released. He may have been up to from Trump when gunfire. 400 feet and you missed? God, what a sucky shot.
Yeah.
I can make that with iron sights. What a fucking joke. Wow. What a piece of shit. You're able to somehow get that close to Trump and you still miss the shot. You deserve to burn in hell. Unbelievable. Texas has a banger punchline brewing. Yeah, we'll see it, won't we, Ranch? By the way, did you ever caught those people who kept sending you pizza? No, of course I didn't. It was a wild stream. Texas always got something brewing. An inch from saving the country.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Ban Texas. An inch from saving the country? Yeah, okay. Yep. Ban Texas.
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. We can see the guy. Aqui, ó. We can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy is. He looks dead. But, lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. We can see the guy there.
Trump. Wow. Dude, you couldn't ask for a better and how did the Secret Service sniper not see him on that roof? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roofs to check.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck? Yeah, this feels like it was allowed to happen. Having to get fake orders. Some people were saying that position was 400 yards. Okay, 400 yards is a little bit different than 400 feet. Still, 400 yards is not that much. If this cause it's a dead body. Don't know, it doesn't look that far. They should have been covering that roof. You know, don't look at the other times. Can you check the
Yeah. Yeah, he was banned for a reason.
Not least of which the fact that I told you to do it. Or what are you playing Kick Texas, Rev?
No, we said ban him.
Rev.
Ban him.
Rev, I said ban him. Don't be that guy. Ban his ass.
Or lose your sword.
Just in, Trump released from hospital after being nearly killed. Hey, Ranger.
Hey,
What's up, man?
what's going on?
Are you actually yeah, you are actually live right now. Are you covering the thing?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Just kind of. I'm trying to Google Earth the rally right now.
Gotcha.
The Butler Farm Show.
What are your thoughts?
You know, I think it's just a major failure on a security detail. Generally, I think Trump's going to win the election. I thought it was confirmed after the debate, and it's extra confirmed now after.
That was the first thing me and Rev said. That was my first thought as soon as I found out he was okay, and that's pretty much the first thing Rev said.
Yeah, I don't understand how it even happened.
Agreed.
Genuinely, it's.
What do you
think?
think?
Even their response, I thought their response was just piss poor. You had these two dudes draped in all black that were just flagging the crowd, even though the shot came from 90 degrees to the right. You had Secret Service listening to Trump's commands, like, let me get my shoes, let me get my hat. I'm just so confused. Fucking black bag his ass if you have to. Trump doesn't know. That's your job. Your job is the security detail. Secure it.
Yeah. I didn't even think about all that, but you're right. What do you I will say though, what do you think of that iconic fist in the air? Like that's a historical moment right there.
It's all for the merch.
Oh yeah, obviously it's all for the merch, but it's also badass, bro.
Yeah, I think just tensions were just very high. So I mean, who wouldn't? I think it's kind of cringe, but who wouldn't?
I mean,
I got the Google Earth.
I don't think it's cringe at all. I really don't. I think it was a pretty badass moment.
Well, because my main focus, because I contracted private security and I did executive protection. I know, like this isn't the time for politics. This is the time for getting you in the bulletproof vehicle that's going to save your life in case there's a second shooter from a 140-degree angle in the opposite direction, because that's the direction that we're going to be running in. A lot of times when you have like a two-shooter scenario, there's going to be a shooter approaching from 0 degrees, and then there's going to be another shooter about 140. The reason being is because they're going to run in the opposite direction of the gunfire. And when they do, that second shooter has a perfect line of sight on the target, while the target is looking past the shooter because it's diagonal.
Right.
I just feel like it's their security's fault. It's not Trump's fault, Let me see. Yeah, so I got... Here's. Okay, so this is the rally right here, because I wanted to see the entire picture. But this is where Trump was speaking. And then this rooftop right here. This is where the guy was.
This isn't a bannable offense.
The rally was right here.
Shut the hell up.
Trump was facing this way over here. And then Trump's counter snipers were up on these rooftops over here. So, and there's just there's so much land. It's crazy how you don't secure this rooftop. Like, that is the most obvious rooftop ever.
That's literally what I said when I saw it.
There's an incline.
Yeah.
So the person can literally lay down right here and just be out of view from the counter snipers that are over here.
Yep. So do you think it's just a piss poor job of doing the security, or do you think that this was set up?
I don't know. Obviously my first initial reaction was like, how are this many shots ringing off without anyone getting hurt or injured? And then, because I thought the shots were coming from his face, but he actually looks 3 times to the right before the shot started going off. So he actually I think he saw the shooter before even his snipers saw the shooter. Because in the video, he looks to the right, looks back at the crowd, looks to the right, looks back at the crowd, looks to the right, then the rounds start going off.
Right.
And if he didn't look to the right, he probably would have caught the round in the head.
Right. We all said the same thing, too. It's like that round probably missed hitting skull by a fraction of an inch.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't there another casualty? Yeah, someone in the crowd lost their life.
Yeah, there's three bystanders, one deceased.
We don't
So
care about
far.
the shooter, Emerald.
Oh no! I mean, like, the shooter doesn't count in that statistic. There's 4 people.
Yeah.
4 people shot. One of them's the shooter, but in the crowd, one of them in the crowd was deceased, and the other 2, I think, one in critical, one in not critical, but both rushed to the hospital.
You mind bringing me a drink, Jeremy?
But yeah, like all these rooftops here, like this is the easiest security detail ever.
Yeah.
They were
Now-
probably primarily focusing on this rooftop over here, but I don't know.
The
Like,
riots.
I kept saying, like, I think the counter snipers were just like, taking a nap or eating a sandwich or something. I don't know what they were doing. Because there's even pictures of them, and they have like 3 or 4 spotters. That's 3 or 4 sectors of fires, of angles. Then you have the actual snipers themselves that are looking down their glass constantly, scanning, panning, left to right. Like, it baffles me
straight up.
that 8 rounds before they took him out.
My question, so you being that you have that background, you can answer this better than I. Why wouldn't they have this entire, like every building within 1,000 yards, have someone in the parking lot doing circles around the building, or 2 or 3 people?
I'm sure it's also a matter of, manpower. Yeah,
That was my guess.
In scenarios like this, you're gonna take the best vantage points, and then your counter snipers are gonna take the rest.
Right.
So you will have, like, I'm sure there was, like, people poached up here, probably over here, maybe on like one of these off roofs over here, probably somewhere towards the back, in case someone climbed a roof in front of them. They didn't want someone climbing on a roof behind them. So they would probably climb on one of the rear roofs where they'd still have like a clear line of sight of Trump, but they also have a clear line of sight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roofs in front of them. Pretty much the entire back, like, you're safe because you have these 3 big hangars here. So you really only have to worry about this direction here. And so yeah, you take the best, and then your counter scouts, your snipers, that's their whole job, is they're constantly panning. They're just looking at threats everywhere. And it's very weird because now there's like a BBC interview of this redheaded guy who's saying, like, 3 minutes before the shooting, he was yelling at cops saying, "Hey, there's a guy crawling on a rooftop with a rifle."
We opened up with that interview. I saw that, yeah.
And it just, part of me, and apparently the cop played stupid, but part of me thinks that the cop maybe was just fearful. But it's weird that, like, it wasn't radioed in. They didn't stop Trump from speaking. Like,
yeah.
That's like, dude, if someone phones in a bomb threat, everyone evacuates. So there's like an actual guy in fatigues with a rifle, army crawling, right? He's not just open carrying. He's army crawling. That's not like a normal course of business.
Hey, Rev, if you can still hear me, love you, bro. Hope we see you back in tonight. Thanks for coming in. And show up more often, why don't you? You know we miss you. So here's something else I'm thinking. I'm churning around the old nugget as a result of this whole thing. Do you think that this makes any political violence, rioting, unease post Trump's win worse or better?
Do I think it makes the violence worse or better? I think, unfortunately, it's not going to be an isolated event that either fuels or puts out the fire. I think it's the state, and I think it's the propaganda perpetuated by the state and the mainstream media that is ultimately going to be the deciding factor on whether or not the political violence continues or gets worse or better or anything along those lines. Because the general population is just, they're very low IQ. They're very stupid people. And they're very easily propagandized. Like, when I read that study, how like 1 in 5 people have an internal monologue, that like blew my mind. Like, dude, you don't just walk down the street and just have thoughts and talk to yourself. They're just NPCs. They just walk around like
Yeah.
like reacting on a second's
Oh,
notice.
Well, dude, me and Kate have been talking. Are you aware of this statistic? Only 20% of people are capable of critical thought.
Yeah, that's the same one.
No, it's not the same one. The 20%.
It's not?
No. We knew about the internal monologue. That's a recent study that just came out, and it sort of complements the 20% number. But the 20% thing, that's like that research was done, the 80s.
I don't doubt it.
I cannot wait to see. I mean, yes. Emerald, toss, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Also, that's pretty much all we've been talking about on stream is like the amount of people. I've blocked 2 people already.
Same, literally.
People are just outing themselves. Like, I don't care if it's Biden or Trump or anyone else. It's a human being before anything else. Put your fucking politics aside. Be an adult.
Right.
It's just really disgusting to cheer this on or be like, oh, you should have hit him. Oh, yeah, it was so close. Like,
right.
Bro, what?
Right. I'm wondering if this was radioed in, but took time because the sniper had to find the third Secret Service, had to get to Trump. Well, no, Z. Secret Service could have rushed on stage and rushed him off stage at any time. I believe the guy in the interview when he said they ignored him. Because if they'd taken that report seriously and they'd actually acted on the report, it would have been maybe 30 seconds before it was relayed and they got Trump off stage.
Yeah, I was but back to the political violence comment, I was just like when I was reading about World War II, like really deep diving because so many people are obsessed with World War II, and it honestly like it explains a lot of our political landscape today.
Oh, for sure.
The biggest thing that I took away from it wasn't the fact that Hitler killed 6 million Jews. It was trying to understand how millions of ordinary Germans were convinced that it was required by the state. Mm-hmm. That's the scariest thing to me. And then when I look around and I see people on the left cheering that this happened, yep. I think of literally Germany, and not to say that they're fascist, but to say that like it is an authoritarian state that is capturing a dumb audience.
Yeah. They're not fascists. They're communists. The modern left in the West is rife with Marxists and communists.
The authoritarian communists, yeah.
Is there any other kind?
Oh, of course, yeah. There's the abolishment of the state communists.
Those people are delusional.
No. I mean, yeah, there's a power vacuum, sure, but...
Gonna be vibing and kick for the stream, because it's... That roof would have been searched. Gonna be vibing and kick for the stream. So, hang on, Emerald. Twitch, my Twitch is dying. Kate, can you check the kick?
Yeah.
Trump is not POTUS, his detail is smaller. Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we seem to be doing okay on both.
I have an upscale photo of the shooter. Want me to put it in Discord? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I have. There's a video someone took of the shooter dead on the roof.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah,
I was questioning on whether or not, I don't know if you've ever heard of the NFAC, the Not Fucking Around Coalition. That
No.
like black ethno-state militia that Master J is like the leader of it, and he's like the super racist guy that goes on. He's in jail now, but
I haven't heard
pretty
of them,
sure
no.
I'm pretty sure they still exist. And that's when I heard that this was like a BLM shooter, I immediately thought of like Master J and the NFAC militia. Because I don't think that this would be like a run-of-the-mill BLM person. This has to be like a very, very extreme type of person.
It's unreal. Man, I can't believe we have this photo, Z. That is unreal that someone leaked this. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to put that on stream. That's definitely tossed, but yeah. Wow.
Claimed Antifa ties.
Hey, what's up, Twisted? Good to see you, man. Like it or not, this is just securing the election for Trump. We've all been saying the same thing, dude. We've all been saying the same thing. Oh shit. I am putting that picture on stream. Damn it. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Says he's not while showing on stream. Yeah, Monkey, I'm kind of the worst streamer ever. It's kind of my thing. Welcome in, Monkey. Hope you're having a good day. Pastry Assassin, welcome. Man, wow. That name. But welcome in, Pastry Assassin. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll just have to unpublish the VOD.
Watch before showing on Twitch. Okay, hold on. Let me change screens.
If he wants, I can send it to him. And Z, my boy Z, you probably know mine to Z, right? Ranger?
What'd you say? Sorry.
I was asking, you know mine to Z, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah. He says if you want the photo of the dead shooter in your Discord, he can give it to you.
Yeah, sure. Probably not in my Discord, but you can DM it to me.
Yeah, DM it to him. There you go.
Discord's really cracking down on their TOS.
Twisted says, "Hey,
what's up, Twisted? I hope Paradise is treating you well."
I thought Twisted stateside again. Well, I should say continental side again.
Oh, it's a white guy? Oh, he's not in Hawaii? I thought he moved.
Yeah, the shooter was white.
I could have swore we were just watching the news earlier where they said it was a black guy.
Anyone got a name for the shooter? I have not seen a name yet. Scumbag.
He definitely looks the part.
He does. Anyone? I go back to Hawaii in August for a month or so. My Hawaii house is just a vacation home for now. Ballin'. Scoop from a trained sniper. That whole thing was a failure. Secret Service got there slow. SWAT team got there slow. Why'd they keep him on stage? Should have been off the stage in 2 seconds, yet they stand him up for what? To give the shooter another shot? Exactly what Rogue was saying. Look at the old Reagan assassination. He was out of there in 0.2 seconds. Why didn't a drone pick him up? Why didn't another sniper pick him up? That's a bullet. Or that's fucking bullshit. We cover the Boston Marathon better than they cover our own president. It's so bullshit. Bullshit.
It's true.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Oh, was he on the FBI's radar?
Of course he was. I asked my buddy if there's a name, so if he is able to tell me, I will DM it to you, given he's being nice and giving it to me. Dude, baller move having these connections, Z. Thank you for hooking us up. Way to be, dude. Notice when they're getting him in the car. Open headshot available. Yeah, see, the absolutely abysmal response from the Secret Service is why I'm like, was this a state op? Mm-hmm. Was this the establishment? they had like 3 Guardian. Shooter found dead on rooftop. Secret Service tasks counter assault team to cover vantage points. Assault teams are outsourced professionals. Unlikely they make these mistakes even. Glaring error or intentional overlook confirmed with former CA team organizer and trainer. While massive errors are possible, plausible intentional overlook of rooftop is more likely with CA team assignments given by SS who make those possible. Deep state intel to communicate. Signal in bio. Yep. James O'Keefe is saying the same thing. It's the establishment. Hey, this is friend is friends with Dogda, and then hey, Leviathan, good to see you, man. What's up? Trump has been impeached twice, arrested 4 times, charged 91 times, and now has had an assassination attempt on his life. Still voting for him. A roof with direct sight line to the stage was not secured by Secret Service. Our choices are extreme negligence or something much worse. Matt Walsh. Yep, everyone is saying it. It seems like that cat is thoroughly out of the bag. People are saying this is likely the state.
What do you think the angle would be if it was like a JFK type situation?
Well, obviously, they're terrified that Trump is going to get in there and dismantle the administrative state. They're terrified he's actually going to have Vivek somewhere in the cabinet and absolutely gut or totally abolish a huge chunk of agencies, which would absolutely destroy globalist power in D.C. because globalists do their bidding through the unelected bureaucrats. Trump wants to return power to the voter. He wants to deport illegals. He wants to shore up elections so that your vote actually counts again. I mean, all of that is really bad for the globalist agenda who actually runs DC. So it's super easy for me to understand why they want him dead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would understand the motive, just not the, steps 1 through 7.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't see a grassy knoll plot here. Unless, like, the modern grassy knoll is literally just Antifa. So hypothetically, like, if I were to entertain this and say that, the state found a mentally ill 20-something-year-old person on antipsychotic medication. I guess, yeah, in today's climate, they would either take someone from, like, if they were to whack someone on the left, it'd be someone from, like, the Proud Boys. And if it was someone on the right, they'd take someone from, like, Antifa.
Mm-hmm. I have a commenter in my chat. Highly there. Lol, this is misinformation. Trump hired the shooter. Yeah. That thought crossed my mind for about 5 seconds, and I immediately dismissed it as being a retarded thought. The fact that you're actually going with that is sad.
Yeah, same. There's nothing wrong with thinking it. I thought it too, but
yeah, it's like, I was like, is this something Trump would do to shore up his election support? And then I was like,
absolutely.
You think he would?
I think he would. Or maybe, maybe just like some fake blood where it's like, just the rounds are nowhere near him. They're just zipping.
Oh my God, dude, you're not helping.
But I don't think it was fake. I don't think Trump did it.
Okay. You're killing me, Rogue.
Wait, you got to think, like, he already has his elder statesman spinning this up. Like, how can we spin this to basically win the election? Because they're playing a game of politics. Where Trump may have been playing a game of life and death, the people around him are playing a game of politics, the Game of Thrones, right? They're already looking to see how they're going to capitalize on the next event to further their political careers. Did you watch House of Dragons?
I did not watch House of Dragons. Wow. I can't believe you have that fucking photo. Nader. That is crazy. Nader just dropped a photo of Trump huddled under the Secret Service people. You can actually see his face. That is an iconic shot. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the... That is an iconic shot right there. That is fantastic. If the shooter was hired by Trump, the shot wouldn't be that close to him. Right. The shot would have, like, hit by Trump's feet or something.
It certainly wouldn't have taken off a chunk of his ear.
And the other thing,
yeah.
I truly believe that Trump cares about his people. If it was someone that Trump hired, an audience member wouldn't be dead right now.
Yeah. For
Like,
sure.
we can't forget, like, someone did lose their life today who mattered. You know, let's not forget about that victim.
It was a very, very early thought that I had in my head, because at the same time, I didn't think anyone in the crowd got hit, because everyone in the background, like, there's a lady with her lemonade that still didn't drop it or get down or anything. She's like, what's happening? Right?
Deer
like,
in headlights.
Yeah, just lost.
Yep.
So, like, you know, just going through the critical thinking cycle, I'm like, okay, was it staged? Was it the state? Did Trump plan this? Right? Were the rounds real? Was it staged and the rounds were just zipping over the head into, like, you know, the pond in the background?
I got it from my Storm Chase team. I have a member who is an actual photojournalist, so he gets access to wild photos. Nice. I love my community. You guys give me all the insider access. I love you guys. I mean, I hate Biden, but his statement was actually not retarded. I'll look at his statement in a second. Although I do think this right here, apparently I don't... So, Joe Biden on July 7th, I have one job, and that's to beat Donald Trump. I'm absolutely certain I'm the best person to be able to do that, so we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye. Dude, what if Trump legitimately gets elected, launches a full-blown investigation into his attempted assassination, finds out the deep state was behind it, traces it to Biden directly? Would that not be the wildest shit ever?
I mean, I'd believe it.
Oh, I'd believe it in a heartbeat. I'm just saying it would be like exciting times we're living in. It's like, wow, I'm actually living through this. This is wild. Thanks to Bidenomics, the shooter could afford only half the bullets. That's funny. Good take. Good take. Wouldn't surprise me for what a time to be alive indeed. Yep. Historic times we're living in. Truly.
Self-preservation isn't a strength for a lot of people. It takes them a while to react and respond. Yeah, that's true, Jen.
Yep.
True that.
Yep, Jen's
right.
coming with the facts on that one. Do you want me to pipe in? I'm about to watch Biden's address. Have you watched that?
I saw like a clip of it. I thought it was pretty cringe, but yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay, I'll pipe it in to the Discord. Mm-hmm.
I thought like they all give the same generic answers, like Gavin Newsom, all those people. They
Yeah.
Thoroughly briefed.
and then give them I don't know, probably like 18 hours, and they're going to be calling for an assault weapons ban.
Yeah. Yeah, 18 hours. Ooh, you're being generous.
Yeah. Well, they didn't say it in the actual speech, so I'm thinking like the next time they speak, which is after they wake up, they're going to be like, okay, assault weapons ban.
Yep.
Government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that the people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two.
What do you think of him and his disingenuous use of Trump's first name to appear buddy-buddy?
I think it's all a farce. I mean, I'm sure if it was up to him, he wouldn't even be doing this. It's just for politics.
100%. To me, it's reprehensible. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering their track record, you got to think like, especially with the hush money case, those charges were outside of the statute of limitations. Alvin Bragg basically said like, hey, we have no case here. And then Biden sent like a special prosecutor to come down and assist, quote unquote, Alvin Bragg. And then they reopened the case, charged him, and convicted him with like a very, very left leaning judge that, Judge Marchand with his daughter, who's like the president of like a very progressive PAC in Chicago that was, and their number one donor is Adam Schiff, who like led the Trump impeachment trials, the witch hunts, and it's all interconnected.
Yep.
That they're thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay?
Mr. President, do you think it was an assassination attempt?
Do you think you... Talk about the dumbest of dumb questions.
I roasted this earlier.
Oh my gosh.
I said no, he was inviting him over to bake fucking cupcakes.
Oh my god, do you think it was an assassination attempt? As a matter of fact, considering the dude shot at him with a gun, I think it's within the realm of possibility. We don't have all the facts yet. Clearly, we're going to have to investigate this for the next 5 years just to say that all the evidence is inconclusive. But I think for sure, at this moment, we have a hard
And the best part is Biden somehow gives a dumber answer to the already dumb question.
Oh my god. Oh, let's see it.
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make some comment.
A bullet hit him, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. If I was president, I would have looked at that reporter and I'd have been like, you dumb motherfucker. I promise you I would have.
Yes.
I promise you, if I was the president, I would have looked at that reporter and been like, "Are you retarded?
Are you just asking questions for the sake of having questions to ask?
I can't. Was this an assassination attempt? Is
Oh
the
my god. What the hell? Really?
And I thought lawyers asked rhetorical questions. Fucking dollars to dog tits. That is an impressive level of stupidity.
Hello, Mud Skipper. Welcome back. He said Cotton Hill did it, but really fed prints all over the scene.
Maybe he was just after the shoes. His horse says that reporter is allowed to be a reporter. Right? Who gave that guy... Like, if that guy graduated from journalism, from a journalism course at the Institute of Higher Education, that Institute of Higher Education owes him a refund.
Yeah. Well, he's probably functionally illiterate anyway.
Is that your new favorite insult?
Well, yeah, for people that graduate college, because the majority of them are, sadly.
Let Mr. Beast run for president. I don't want Mr. Beast as president.
No.
His ear just spontaneously exploded and some kid set firecrackers off in the crowd. It was mostly peaceful shots fired. Hey, look, yeah, the left tried to assassinate Trump, but it was a mostly peaceful assassination attempt.
Yeah.
You know, it was a mostly peaceful murderous act of violence.
Right, yeah.
Thank you for that comment, W comment. Wow. Oh, man. I'm glad I'm having a drink with you guys. This is good. Oh, man. Unless he secretly knew something else about the event, the only reason he would not have given an answer. Right. Plausible deniability.
Mm-hmm.
Although presidential immunity, well, the assassination of your political opposition is outside the constitutional duties of the president, so he does not actually have presidential immunity if he is behind this. Feel like I'm gonna vomit, so gonna leave for the night. So peace. All right, Emerald. I hope you feel better. Hope it's nothing serious. Chandler would be better. Devoted Christian with morals. No idea who Chandler is. Oh, my plan was no drinking tonight. That went out the window.
But didn't they also say that about Mike Johnson? And look what that turned out to be. He was supposed to be the straight edge, living paycheck to paycheck Christian congressman. And then I don't know, in less than 4 months, he was selling out to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how fast the corruption sets in. Just 1 month ago, Tucker Carlson said Democrats are looking for a green light to kill Donald Trump. Today, they tried to assassinate him. Yep. Tucker's not an idiot.
Nope.
So, but let me ask you, the convictions come down 34 yesterday, and your father goes out there and just basically raises the middle finger and says, we're going to win anyway.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people, and they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here.
And within hours, Benny Thompson of Mississippi, who's a monster, Democratic congressman, introduces legislation to pull his Secret Service. Yeah. So basically they're saying, okay, we'll kill you now.
If he goes to prison, we want to pull his Secret Service. So basically, if we put him in a cell, we're going to put him in a place where he could be murdered.
But that's a death threat.
Of course it is, but
from a member of Congress.
Again, should it surprise us? I mean, you look at half the congressmen, get in their faces, make them feel it. I mean, they can say these things and they are lauded as heroes. If we said something even remotely like that, we're literally inciting violence.
Yep. It's okay when we do it. That's literally the left's modus operandi. It's okay when we do it. So you think you hate journalists enough? Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Yeah. Thank God Trump moved his head. Right, Blurpy? Welcome into the stream. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Zach. This is my wife, Caitlin. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Yeah. Thank God Trump moved his head is right, dude. An enhanced, cleaned up version of this shot right here, or perhaps when he has his fist more upright. Definitely going to be a T-shirt, and it's going to be. That is a historical moment for sure. I really cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, there were some really good clear shots.
Let me ask you this: Did you see immediately after the shooting, Elon Musk tweeted, "I fully endorse Trump for president"?
I did not know.
Yeah, it's funny.
And Elon's supposed to be a lefty. I think he's shifted.
Center left, yeah.
Yeah.
Gives me chills how close we came to tragic, right? Hey, thanks for the bits, dude. Thanks for throwing digital pennies at me, old Mike. I can always use the support. I hope you have a great rest of your night, man. I hope we see you again. New footage shows sniper appearing to notice the suspect just milliseconds before the man shot Trump. The sniper could be seen looking up in what appeared to be shock the moment the first bullet rang out.
If you want to...
Have you seen this clip, Ranger?
No.
Never would wish this on Biden or anyone. Yeah. Yeah, so literally right... Like when the shot ring, it's almost like he's adjusting his tripod, in my opinion, when the shot rings out.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened. And you know, that's a little
You see it?
Wait, say again?
bit old. If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Take a look at what happened. Take a look at what happened.
Why'd he jump?
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Good question.
Yeah.
Very good
fired.
question.
Absolutely fired.
Absolutely.
I bet you anything. I bet you anything he's fired.
Yep.
As a sniper, you're supposed to be stoic.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a fucking tornado taking down half the building, and you're on the good part of the building, still maintaining your sector of fire.
Right. I know after the fact. Almost 5 a.m. Gonna go to sleep. Hey, appreciate you being here, Leviathan. We'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Never would miss this on to do. We need the shooter's name. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm kind of amazed we don't have that yet. So I know someone has it. We got a good enough shot of his face circulating on the internet now. Someone has ran his face through a facial recognition and knows who he is. Remember the first attempt to take out Trump, that car trying to drive into the motorcycle years ago? Sorry, that dude does not seem trained or military at all.
No, because you got to think, like, one round goes off, the Secret Service is going to dive on the president. So if it is an assassination attempt, nobody is going to throw their life away to take out the sniper in the Secret Service that protects Trump. It's obviously an assassination attempt. So the round is nowhere near you. Nowhere near you.
Yep.
Why you would even flinch?
Yeah.
It's just people that aren't battle tested. And this is why, like I was saying this earlier in chat, like when I was a kid, my dream job was actually to be in the Secret Service, and I grew up and then I realized that was like very silly. And especially considering like the Secret Service, like they'll take a Boy Scout over like, you know, a 4 deployment combat veteran, because the combat veteran comes with baggage and the Boy Scout, you know, plays the game of politics.
So before being put in charge of protecting the president, she was guarding bags of Cheetos. Wow. Director of the Secret Service, Kimberly A. Cheadle, is the 27th Director of the U.S. Secret Service, sworn into office in September of 2022, responsible for successfully executing the agency's integral mission of protecting... Hang on, I'm skimming. Prior to her appointment, served as Senior Director at Global Security at PepsiCo. Her prior experience is private sector for security for a food company.
Yep. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
She's guarding
My
bags of
dad has
Cheetos.
more experience in federal security than she does.
I've never worked, so Ranger has worked in way more high-end type security than me, but I guarded a trade port, and yeah, I probably have as much credentials to be the Director of Secret Service. Jeez. If they make a shirt of the pic with the American flag in the background, I'm getting 10. Right? Oh yeah, I'm 100%. If Trump releases a shirt of him I'm buying one.
Yep.
100%. That's iconic. It's too iconic not to wear that around. Justin, bomb squad is responding to reports of a suspicious van in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
He puts a 3-second video.
Yeah. I don't know why he does that, but apparently he does that. It appears they are searching a van that was sitting here for hours with out-of-state plates. Bomb squad is on the way. Yeah. How far from Trump's rally is the question. People have already made one, not from Trump's team. Prob just a kid in his camper van. We'll see, won't we, Caitlin?
It's great. It's just these people just don't know how to play the game of politics. You even have Elon Musk, who's center left, who's now saying like, I fully endorse Donald Trump. Like, okay, the left has taken it too far. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now I'm voting for the right.
Shit.
Who is this Dom Lucre guy?
Some background in the hip hop industry. He used to be in that world, and he got disillusioned with it and started trying to out people, and now the left hates him. God damn it. Toss photos everywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're brave scrolling Twitter.
Right. What the hell is this?
I don't have to tell you what this video is about. You know. They've become the shots heard around the world, and it's only been an hour. Somebody shot at former President of the United States and current political...
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally
Amen
had
to
the
that,
balls
Blurpy.
to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached.
This is who the left is. This is who they are.
Yep.
It's so sad.
I say it all the time. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being disingenuous. They're evil.
Yeah.
This is who they are.
They want us dead.
It's just fatherless behavior.
It's a little bit more than that, but yes.
Like, I get the whole, like, TikTok influencer, whatever, you're paid by the White House, you're going to make your videos. But it's so strange to see people in Twitch poll doing it.
Well, that's not even Twitch poll. That's some random person in their car, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, the TikTok, like, there's already been proof that, like, Biden's White House has been paying, like, influencers.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also...
We've known that for a long time, yeah. Harry Sissy is one of the main ones I can think of off the top of my head.
I can't stand that fucking kid.
Dude, he is the most obnoxious. Doesn't he have the most punchable face ever?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to... if I thought there was a chance in hell of getting it, I would challenge him to a boxing match. I would love to step in a ring with that kid and show him how to act like a man.
Shit. Throw him in a ring with Eddie Hall.
Oh, come on. Like, we're talking... Like, that wouldn't even be remotely close to fair. Eddie Hall would crush that dude like a soda can.
Yeah, that's why it would be fun.
At least he would have, like, a semblance of a prayer against me.
Well, I mean, it would be really cool because it would be like a repeat of what he did with those two dudes.
The Natalia brothers?
Yeah. Where he sandbagged that guy.
Do you follow MMA or fight sports at all, Rogue?
Yeah, a good bit.
Okay, did you catch the Eddie Hall fight where he fought how you say their names, the two dudes at the same time?
No.
Oh yeah, dude. Eddie Hall took a fight where he was fighting two brothers and he ragged all these dudes.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
When they finally decided to actually
when they finally grew it literally took them a round and a half. It took them a round and a half to grow the balls to approach him.
Yep.
They literally ran away from him for an entire round of the fight.
Yep. Oh, this was from when they figured out the
Oh, they're so tiny.
whatchamacallit.
Oh, you just looked it up?
Yeah.
Let's take a detour. Let's briefly detour from the Trump assassination to show you all this hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, Crowder just released a video, of course.
Oh boy.
And we got one from
Russell.
We got one from Russell. We'll check that out.
Yep.
Okay. Eddie Hall versus
Yep.
Nefati brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, this was glorious.
This was fucking.
Welcome to Fight Day. Here's Eddie Hall, strongman legend, transitioning into MMA fighter. He's been in a few
I would
Aussie
leave a
Man
mean
videos,
bruised
Eddie.
knee on
A
your
lot of our
ass.
friends.
I don't know how big you are. Keep in mind, I'm 230 pounds, and only 20% of that is fat. I'm very strong, and a good chunk of that muscle is in my butt cheeks.
him online so that when the apocalypse hits, he'll be on my side in real life. He's waiting for his face to get polished. Where's the polisher? There he is, done. And in he goes to practice combat moves and wait for his enemies. Yeah, I bunged a plural on there because he's fighting
But yeah,
two
this is the guy that
wankers.
beat the mountain.
He didn't beat the mountain. The mountain won.
He didn't?
No, the mountain won.
Mountain one. Yep.
Yep, that fight was actually my first live stream on Twitch. I had like 2,000 viewers. It was nuts. It was the most lit shit ever.
No, I mean with the strongman competition. With
in
big
the
boulders.
strongman, yes. In the strongman, he did, yes. But then they had the MMA fight, and Eddie was cocky. And I don't know how much this... I think it genuinely did affect the outcome a lot, but Eddie had a torn bicep like 2 months before the fight, and he had to have it reattached 2 months before the fight. So I tend to believe that if that injury had not occurred, if his bicep hadn't been ready to tear and then finally torn, he might have been able to win that fight. But, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. I'm 120 of pure pain. I can literally press you over my head and break you over many like Bane did Batman, bro.
even the snipers are DEI hires.
We live in the dumbest timeline. That's good. Even the sniper's a diversity hire.
My God. Oh no.
I love that. That's great.
Bros from Tiki Toki. I don't know why social media content creators want to become fighters.
Okay.
Or you do something where you'll die. Round one.
It is so hilarious. Eddie's literally a head and a half over these guys.
Some trash talking. This fight is bloody easy, yells Nafati Bro 1. It's easy so far because they're not going anywhere near Eddie. It's just a light cardio
Attempted to make Trump
session.
brain dead
It's
so
like
the
main
candidates would be
menu of a
equal.
fight game where you never pick a character, but you never pick
Facts.
a character, so they're just on loop, perpetually warming up. Oh, there was almost a punch. Fuck yeah!
He said there was almost a punch. Fuck.
Kick, and they're celebrating.
I love how he taps Eddie Hall's thigh, and they're like, yeah, we got him.
The Nafati Bros. They know that Eddie certainly felt.
It's not a surprise. He's scheduled to show up at UFC. We don't know if he has yet, but he's supposed to.
What he felt was not pain, but they made him feel something. So it's worth celebrating. Fair play. Can they land another devastating blow? Oh, yeah! Oh, that's twice they've given Eddie feelings.
That's twice they've given Eddie
The
feelings.
Bros just yelling, "You're it, Eddie! You're it! You're
I love
it.
how Eddie's
You
just
need to
taunting
chase
them by the
us."
end of the round. Like,
And
come
he's like,
on, dude.
What are you talking about? They're like, you're it, Eddie. He's like, I didn't come here to play tag. I'm not, this isn't World Chase Tag. Fucking dickheads, it's boxing, MMA. Round 2, more of the same. Eddie does get lured into playing tag, though. Now he's like, here, now, both of you, the two of you. That's enough, fucking come here now. Just get now. And quick word. Come on, here, quick word.
When you
It's like
literally
a
have to
very
taunt
angry
your
dad
opponent into fighting
now,
you.
just yelling at a couple of.
I can't blame him, though. If I was in a ring with Eddie Hall, I'd be squeamish as hell, too.
You are cruising for a in for a knuckle
There's
sandwich.
not many people that Eddie can't just fold.
No, but oh my God,
Think of if you
though.
actually
How
fight. Think of the
pathetic
algorithm
is
and the
this?
views
Yeah.
and followers, says the ref. And now they take it seriously. Bloody knuckle sandwich, kidney shot. Nah, no kidney shot. Let's call round 2 done. Send it to the past. Round 3, Eddie yells, I'll stand in the middle, even if I stand
Oh,
in
it
the
takes
middle,
them to
you still
round
do
3
nothing.
to
This is a
actually do
freak
anything.
fight. I'm a freak. Hit me, come on! Go on, can Eddie catch him? Or he fell over. That's the most exciting it's been. Oh, he went for a tackle, swing, punch,
Ah, sandbags! I just love that combo. Just love that. He sandbags the dude. Watch this, everyone. It's so cleansing. Okay, dude makes the mistake of charging him. Eddie starts pounding, grabs the dude who rushed him, and if you ever watch Strongman, that is a sandbag carry. That's a sandbag hoist. Eddie has practiced that 1,000 times. Works with a manlet, works with a sandbag, and then he fucking folds him on the mat, and then jab.
gosh.
Oh, just.
He says, I love the one direct hit.
Oh.
Yep, and the guy is out.
Eddie, I love how Eddie Hall's punch is more effective than that sniper's rifle. Unlike Antifa with a rifle, Eddie Hall can actually drop men.
Right.
Oh, he's holding onto his leg like when you fight your big brother. Do whatever you can.
Yeah. So this was hilarious. I hope he spears him through the cage like Goldberg.
Fuck me to the shadow realm and back. Are they dead? Was that a death? I don't think so. Nah, he's breathing. Nah, good on you, Nefati Bros, for doing this fight. You know, it was for a good cause.
Imagine getting punched by this absolute unit that is Eddie Hall.
The one that's still mobile and conscious has to go back in.
Trump is on his way to UFC. Fuck yes.
I feel bad for you. He's down. He's down. Just climb out. I don't care at this point. You guys
nice,
put on a good show.
Thanks.
You can run away. Fully, nah, Ed's
Copy
got
that link
you.
in chat.
You're
Yeah, of
fucked
course,
now.
man.
Ed asks permission from the ref. Can I hit him? Yeah, no, couple of hits. No worries. Just taps, really. This is what I
Eddie Hall's just like, I'm
expected.
gonna give you some love taps just to show you should have taken this fight.
That is done. Oh, he's okay. Nefati Bro 2 does a backflip, then goes for a hug. Your brother will shit and piss the bed for a week, says Ed. I'll check you for concussion, Ed. Just quick concussion test. I'm totally fine.
Yep.
I love that.
Totally fine.
Libs of TikTok, Mojave, all that kid caught with some cashier tax.
Hey, I heard they just tried to whack my boy Trump. I'm glad that man's okay. Long live Trump. Let's go, baby. Trump 2024.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I heard they just tried to whack my boy Trump. I'm glad that man's okay.
Based.
Long live Trump. Let's go, baby. Trump 2024.
Based as fuck.
Let's hear it for Evan Elder.
He said, I heard they just tried to whack my boy.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. So
Yeah.
So did that come from the direction of his face or from the direction of his back? It looks like, based on the streak here, it looks like it came from the direction of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, unreal. Remember when Chuck Schumer said the intelligence community has 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at people who take them on? Yep.
Mm-hmm. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take
Agreed,
on
Caleb.
the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for
I
a
remember
practical,
this.
supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated
I don't know,
to?
but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them.
But he's
because they're all a bunch of traitorous scumbags.
Yep. It's all an organized crime racket.
Yeah. It's not an exaggeration to say that the U.S. government is the biggest gang in the world.
Which,
Oh yeah.
Trump is from New York. He's used to dealing with organized crime.
Literally.
So,
The government is just a protection racket.
yeah.
Dude, right? At this point, you have to say Trump has plot armor. That's I love that take, Bobo. Facts. Trump's plot armor, 100% verified.
Ooh. Mm.
Damn it!
Jeremy.
Change it.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god, dude. You just can't be on Twitter right now.
No. Can't be on Twitter ever. It's either trans dicks or it's someone dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Trump fan, but I have friends cheering on the shooter. That is sick. He is a former president. Even if you have no respect for him, respect the office and human life. Right. Yeah.
Oh, the government's gonna investigate themselves.
I know,
Mike
right?
Johnson.
Yep.
The dude is Tony Stark. New York is synonymous with the Gambino family. I mean, I love seeing attempted murderers bleed.
Twitch staff doesn't.
Right. I'm gonna hold my tongue on my actual thoughts. House Speaker Johnson announces the House will conduct a full investigation into the assassination attempt. The American people deserve to know the truth. We will have Secret Service Director Kimbley and other appropriate officials from Oh yeah, the Cheeto Guardian.
Oh,
Yep, I'm sure the Cheeto Guardian will get right on this.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. He was an murderer too. Yeah, I have a Razer keyboard, Kaylin. I just legitimately don't understand how this police sniper didn't immediately see this dude.
I think he
looks
was
like
looking at the other building to the left.
that would be the only excuse. Mine has a horrible ting after each skewer. Sounds awesome. $200 feet?
Mm-hmm.
You miss a shot at 200 feet.
Yeah.
No, it was 400 feet.
Oh wait, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I see. Okay, yeah, the halfway point. Okay. I thought this was marking the full distance of this whole line. I see now.
I'm about to say, what?
400 feet. You miss a shot at 400 feet. That's like 200 yards. Bro, I could hit a bullseye at 200 yards at 8. What? That is pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic.
You got to think. So this is their angle. So they're looking over here. All over here in these buildings back here. I mean, they have 3 guys, so they should have sectors of fire. There should be 1 guy looking left, 1 looking straight, and 1 looking right, because behind them is pretty much cover. Well, at least concealment, because they have these barns, right? A round could probably make it through these buildings, but, you know, snipers aren't going to be attacking from there. Sectors of fire are right, left, and straight ahead. So I'm assuming that they were just looking at these buildings in the background, because those would be like the best front and center shots to take. And then the guy crawled on top of the building over here.
No, that's not the building. Oh, wait, no, that is the building. You're right.
Yeah, it's right here. There's a little loop, a little lip in the building, and he was laying down right here.
Yep, you're right.
And then Trump was here, and he was talking this way.
Hang on, I'm gonna blow up the Discord so people can see what you're. Can you show all that again one more time?
Yeah, so this is the angle of where the snipers were. So this was Trump, and then this was where he was facing. And then he kept looking to the right, which is this is the building where the gunman was. and then the counter scouts, the counter snipers were right here. And they were kind of, so there's 3 sectors of fire here. There's the left, and they're straight ahead, right? And then there's arguably some diagonal overlap between the sectors of fire. And then anything from the south is just not going to be plausible because of all of the concealment in these red barns. So if you look at it from their angle, who knows, you know, probably they were really scouting in detail. There's a parking lot back here, right? So there's probably like a lot of people, all this mishmash. These are all cars, all people walking across the field, like that guy that was on the BBC article. So they were probably looking at a lot of human activity in the background, making sure no one was like kind of pulling up a gun in the background, and just, I don't know, they're just bad at their job. I mean, you could even tell by the guy flinching. The guy flinching is just proof that the guy is just, the sniper was so green. Like, snipers are stoic. I've known a million snipers. So in the Army, I was in a medic platoon, and I was, battalion aid stations are typically right next to the scout platoon, the cavalry scouts. And the cavalry scouts, the best shooters in the cavalry scouts become snipers, the top 10%. So we were next to snipers. And when we deployed with the snipers all around us. Dude, these guys will lay in a fucking ditch covered in their own piss and shit for 18 hours just to take one shot. Yeah, right? Like, these are some bad motherfuckers that are not gonna flinch at an assassination attempt, especially when the round went from here to here. So if this guy here had any combat experience whatsoever, he'd be able to tell the trajectory just by the way that it whizzed by in front of him from perpendicular, right? From right to left. The round came from here and ended here. This guy's safely on the building here and did like a big flinching motion when the first round rang out. You should be immediately changing your sector of fire anytime that happens. But it's crazy to me because you're supposed to be stoic as a sniper, and if a round is flying, it's Secret Service is immediately going to jump on the president. So they are obviously the shooter is going to aim for the president and not some fucking sniper. It's not a movie where, like, you know, we're going to take out the snipers first and then we'll take out the main guy. That's just not how this works.
Yeah.
And then this is what the shooter saw. So from the shooter's angle, he saw the snipers here and he saw the lake in the background. So this was initially when I saw this, I'm like, okay, you know, if it was like a false flag type of attack, right? Like a staged or a paid act gig or whatever. Like, okay, I could see like maybe the shots safely landing inside of this pond, or making sure that these buildings are clear to catch the rounds, or, you know, because there are some houses in the background here, some residentials. But I mean, that thought and exited my mind in like 10 seconds once I pulled up the map and saw it. Yeah.
Man.
I keep getting my brain keeps coming back to how the fuck do you miss at 400 feet?
Well, so the shooter is clearly like there's a lot of variables. So one, his heart is fucking pumping out of his chest. Like, one of the big you need to combat when you're being a marksman is your heartbeat. Your heart fucking sucks. Your heart and your lungs. That's like your biggest enemy anytime you're taking long range shots. And he is about to assassinate a former president and arguably the next president of the United States of America. His heart was probably pounding. On top of it, he used an AR. It looked like he had shit glass on it, but I haven't gotten a close-up of it yet. It was also suppressed, and it was also chambered in 223 or 556. I'm assuming just by the sounds of the gunshots, there was too much of a crack in the shot, meaning that it was breaking the sound barrier. It was supersonic. So it couldn't have been like 300 blackout. It couldn't have been like any fat boy cartridge like 4570 or anything like that. Anything that's super quiet, because they were cracking, but they were also quiet enough where I think it was a suppressor. I don't know. It really depends on the distance as well, because at the time when I guessed that, I didn't know the distance. If this guy had a 308, Trump would be dead. He'd be dead. 308 shoots a lot flatter. You're talking about 400 feet to the podium. That's about 120 meters. 223 at that range is, you're kind of getting into paintball range where you have to aim 6 inches above not 6 inches, but you have to aim a few ticks above the target. If you're zeroed at 25 yards or 50 yards or whatever, you have to aim a few ticks above and then you can literally watch the bullet go up and then down and then hit the target.
I love this expert analysis right now. This is great.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you.
But the guy is just it's a number of factors. He's definitely nervous. His heart was definitely pounding. But on top of it, I mean, just wrong caliber. Absolutely wrong caliber.
Imagine what the
you want a flat shooting, like, and I'm not.
Wouldn't it? Hang on. I want to say this really quick. Wouldn't it be funny if this dumbass Antifa soy boy bought an AR style weapon, an AR platform weapon, because he was told by the mainstream media that they were weapons of war, and so he thought it'd be the most accurate?
Yeah.
My God.
And then the worst part, you got to think about it. Like, I was a combat medic in the Army. Bro, Trump is 80 and obese. If you hit him in the leg, he'd probably go into hypovolemic shock. Like, why are you aiming for the guy's head?
Right, you can. And most vests only come to the upper chest. They protect the vitals. You could have hit him in the upper chest, broken a collarbone, and maybe made him bleed out.
Yeah, if he hit center mass, Trump wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
A tumbling 223 on an obese 80-year-old? Forget it. Nope, you're chalked. Don't care if you're the president. Nope. Doesn't matter.
I think the Lord has the... And this guy is counted. No. He bought a brace, attached it to the pistol, which increased the caliber. Bobo, shut up. Listen, Bobo. This isn't the time to be talking about them secret gun show hacks now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, dude. What a crazy time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
This has Antifa written all... It really does. It really does. God damn it.
Jeremy.
I know. Let's hope.
Another thing, so that video right there also, like if you click that Kangman Lee video, and just rewind it slightly, dude, these guys in black need to they need to lose their Second Amendment rights. This guy, first of all, they took their fucking time, okay? There's obviously shots ringing overhead. They took their time, and they're flagging the entire crowd, like as if the threat is inside the crowd.
Right.
Look, he's aiming at the crowd and just flagging all of them. And he's just like, oh, dog, the shots came from the right. Why are you looking left? Why are you panning around? Like, I get it, you're looking for a second shooter, but that's what your snipers are for. You need to face the immediate threat, which is the guy that is ringing rounds. If there's a guy behind you, shit happens. He walks towards the threat, flags the whole crowd.
Idiots.
Every generation has a defining moment. Yep. Today was your moment, Gen Z. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
If I had 8 shots and I went 0-7, I would use the last one for myself because the embarrassment would be too much. An AR style soy boy bought an AR style weapon, an AR platform weapon, because he was told by the mainstream media that they were weapons of war, and so he thought it'd be the most accurate.
Yeah.
My God.
And then the worst part, you got to think about it. Like, I was a combat medic in the Army. Bro, Trump is 80 and obese. If you hit him in the leg, he'd probably go into hypovolemic shock.
Oh.
Gotta cut the whole segment out and put it on YouTube. Yeah. Can you actually?
What?
That's worth. Well, honestly, this whole thing's we're live streaming to YouTube. It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. We're good.
Are you on YouTube?
I am on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You doing a restream or are you paying for it?
I pay for Streamlabs. My software is Streamlabs. I pay for the paid version of that.
Ah.
Yes.
Found the shooter. Found the shooter. Bro got fucked up. Not sure if it is in fact. I heard they wanted at the rally turned down. If I'm gonna shoot someone, I'm gonna at least bring a 308. Found you on YouTube tonight. Thank you for the YouTube link. Yeah, dude. Thank you for coming, Kaylin. We appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Had Elon not bought X, we'd all be catching a permanent suspensions while this trash was written into history as truth. Right.
Brought through it. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of calibers that could have got the job done. 5.56, 223 at that range just isn't it. 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.8, 350 Legend.
Stay over here.
And you know, that's a little bit.
He's going down!
How does he yell he's got a gun before the first round? How does everyone see the gunman before the fucking snipers and the cops?
Right. Justin, the FBI has taken charge of investigating the assassination. Oh, I'm sure that's going to go someplace. Wow. It's so important that we don't let this moment distract us from being racist and anti-Semitic.
Oh my god.
I love this gal. Dude, are you aware of who Lenardia Joni is? Have you heard of her? Yeah.
Yes, the comedian.
Yes, she is wild.
Yes. Dude, so she went on Whatever podcast, and I actually watched it from start to finish because she is, I instantly became a fan.
Yeah.
She may not admit that she's libertarian, but she's libertarian.
Had Trump not turned his head at that split second, he'd be dead right now. Yep. A lot of people are saying that. Wow.
Peace and love and tolerance.
Yep. The party of peace, love, tolerance, goodness, all things merry-go-lucky and freedom and shit. This to save our democracy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking it for a while, but I mean, I think it's safe to say that I'm pretty much done with Twitch poll in general, just all of them. Especially after today and reading their chats and listening to their comments.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. Senator London Lamar. While I'm praying for Trump, MAGA is the ones who brought us to this extremism.
Amazing.
This bad thing happened to them, but it's their fault. It's like, oh, so you're a narcissist engaging in victim blaming. Got it.
The mental gymnastics. Oh, she's saying, like, you know, if Hitler got shot in the head, well, it's Hitler's doing. There's a reason why Hitler was shot, because Hitler was a bad guy doing bad stuff.
Fuck this, and the first comment down. Stick to letting men fuck your wife. Their aim is perfect. Oh, man. Awful. Off World. Been a minute. Good to see you. Okay, so will Trump just won 2024? Yeah, 100%. Literally half the people we've talked to tonight have said that. That was my immediate take. As soon as I found out he lived, I was like, okay, so he just won. 100 million votes, 49 states.
And I think it's really funny that people are acting like this is the telltale sign that Destiny is a garbage person.
When there were so many before.
I know.
Right.
Especially him saying things like, we need a better argument for not implementing climate change policies, then it's going to disproportionately affect the poor.
Yeah. Translation, man, fuck them poor people.
Right.
I mean, it does, though. It does disproportionately affect the poor people. It's the same thing with like, oh, no, we need the CARES Act. We need to give all this money to the businesses and the families and the stimulus checks and everything. And then the byproduct is inflation. And who does inflation cripple?
The
poor people that can't afford the necessities like clothing, food, cars, insurance.
Exactly.
But I'm the Nazi for not wanting the gigantic bill of the CARES Act for COVID.
Right.
Yep.
With the PPP loans that were non-repayable. Free money. You want them? Mr. Beast took a PPP loan from the government. Mr. fucking Beast. FaZe Clan took a PPP loan. Brother, what?
Holy shit.
All right. All right, let's check out Crowder Brands and then this TikTok tard. Let's keep investigating the evolving shit show.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I checked in with my boy Crowder, so let's go.
So I've heard the news as to what's happened with President Trump, and of course my thoughts and prayers with the family. There's a lot of information that we don't have. I picked a heck of a day to take the family out on the lake. And there's a lot we don't know. I wanted to take a second to talk about this because you're going to hear a lot of speculation out there right now. And a good portion of it is going to be wrong. As of the moment of this filming, we don't know who the shooter is. We don't know what was used. We don't know exactly what has transpired, the extent of injuries. Though people will try and tell you that they do. We do know two things. One, that former Vice President Joe Biden is never going to be president of the United States. That's not going to happen in November. And two, they're going to try and take out Donald Trump by any means necessary. That's what you see today. By any means necessary. But let me be clear, by any means necessary started a long time ago. I tuned into CNN for a little bit, which I promised myself and my family that I wouldn't today. And I hear them saying this is obviously a sad situation for everyone involved. Really? Why? Why? I hear people saying that, but this is a long time in the making. When I say by any means necessary, okay, as far as we know today, maybe someone tried to take his life or tried to take his physical ability. But the left has tried to take this man's, not just dignity, his business, his livelihood, his legacy, his ability to run.
They've been throwing spaghetti at the wall and nothing has stuck so far. So they elected the final option. You're not saying anything we don't know, Crowder. Come on, give us some. Give it. There. You can come up with something more insightful than this. Come on, bud.
If the election were to be held today, Donald Trump wins.
Yep.
That's what this is about. He wins. And we have a process right now, I use the term process loosely, where we're told we need to save democracy. This is what it looks like. We need to save democracy from the election that would award the man who was the people's choice, Donald Trump. No, we need to save democracy from that election by, very likely, installing someone, not Joe Biden, who was never elected. That's how you save democracy.
I agree.
This is a sad day for everybody. You painted the man as Hitler. And I've talked about this. The left has been trying to say the right will be extremist. We all knew that it was going to go down this way. We all knew that this was coming, and we all knew that it was coming this way. Why? We used to have this kind of, this philosophical, this ethical question, would you kill baby Hitler? Because Hitler is so bad, right? Hitler is so evil, of course. Hitler bad, to be clear. That you'd find yourself in a moral quandary, right, in this hypothetical situation, as to whether you would kill a baby, even though you knew it would grow up to be the evil that is Hitler.
I really get annoyed with the would you kill baby, just complete off-topic aside. I get annoyed with that hypothetical because if it hadn't been Hitler, it would have been someone else. Mm-hmm. The situation was ripe for that. And if it hadn't been Hitler, it would have been someone else. They might not have done exactly the same thing. They might have done something worse.
You just nailed it, though. But it's the climate that is created by the state, which creates a vacuum, which either, like, who knows? Like, Trump could actually become, like, absolutely insane and do insane shit the next time. But which is a byproduct of all of the witch hunts and all of the frivolous lawsuits and the real estate and the sexual assault case and the hush money case and all of the political persecutions. They have perfectly set the stage for something really bad to happen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because all the actions are justified.
Exactly.
At least the simpletons.
Yeah. Well, it's just like we were talking about earlier. When only 20% of the population has critical thought, when only a small percentage of people have the ability to actively resist rampant propaganda, you obviously end up with a large number of people who believe whatever the idiot box says. And what has the idiot box been saying for over a decade now? Republicans are evil, they're hateful, they're bigots, they're racist, they're destroying democracy, blah, 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 blah. We saw it with that dude who was a Bernie bro, who shot at the Republican baseball game. We've seen it as street-level violence against Trump supporters. A dude got blown away for wearing a MAGA hat in the 2016 election cycle. He was just walking down the street in Portland. Yeah, this is the one I remember most distinctly because it was in my backyard, being a Washingtonian. Walking downtown Portland in a MAGA hat, died for the crime of being a Republican.
What wasn't there another one in Portland where the guy got ran over with it by an SUV?
There might have been. Yeah.
He was just wearing a MAGA hat.
There was that teenager that
yes.
got run over.
That was in South Dakota.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in the Dakota. It might have been north or south, but it was in the Dakotas.
Well, it turned out there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes of that. Apparently, his mom was a single mom, a widower, and the dude that ran him over had apparently been trying to get her to sleep with him, and she kept saying no.
I heard that too.
Yeah. So it was a twofer situation.
Appreciate it, Z. Yeah. Big tuna beluga. Trump 24, man. Amen. Trump 2024. Welcome in. My name is Zach. This is my wife, Kate. We're on the horn with a friend of the stream, Ranger. Ranger also has a stream. Ranger and Rogue also on Twitch. Go check him out if you're so inclined. He's also a great dude to follow.
Yeah, I don't like Republicans or Democrats, but I can spot out the obvious hypocrisies that the left has been perpetuating for at least the last 15 to 20 years. I miss 2000 Democrats. They were normal. They had they were more normal. Now they've flown off the rails. They've flown, like, when you look up the political science definition of what a liberal is, they're supposed to be anti-war, anti-three-letter agency, pro-freedom of speech. Like, they're at the end of the day, Republicans and Democrats are both statists, right? They always want to weaponize the state against X people or whatever. But I see the left just flying off the rails, and it drives me nuts. Because the people that I try and explain this to, their minds are already made up, and I'll never get through to them.
Yeah, 100%. And
I don't think I was in the call with you yet. Yeah, you go, and then I'll go.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think the flying off the rails really started picking up speed during the Obama years. He was subtle. He had a certain level of eloquence and what's the word I'm looking for here? Guile to what he was saying. But at the end of the day, he was heavily divisive, and he encouraged the divide, and he othered people on the right, and he made it abundantly clear what he thought of people who disagreed with him, to anyone with a brain, and to anyone who doesn't have a brain. It's subconscious cueing. And over time that builds and builds and builds. And being that I was in a Democrat state and raised right leaning, I saw it firsthand. I went from being able to have a relationship and being able to have a friendship to not being able to have those things with people who I politically did, at least not be on surface level. And it was just so crazy to me growing up in that environment, because I got to see firsthand, like, oh, the majority of people in the world have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
I just, it's just so much. And the worst part is, like, I've studied so much history where I'm watching the same events happen over and over and over again, whether it's a century away, a decade away, 3 decades away. Why are we repeating the same shit?
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah. Lately, there's that thing, they say history repeats itself. And then lately, big scale commentators have started saying history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. It's like, no, you stupid bastard. You're trying to sound smarter than you are. Yeah. History fucking repeats itself at a macro scale. The only thing that changes is small details and the individuals in play. At a macro scale, history fucking repeats itself. You're not insightful. You're not interesting for saying, but it often rhymes.
Yeah.
No, it's the same fucking cycle. Empire rise, empire fall. Dictator rise, dictator fall. Empire gets strong, oppress people, people get pissed, decadence in the elite class sets in, dictator rise, empire fall. It's always the fucking same.
And part of that is the fact that people don't nip this very, very sinister thing in the bud when they should. Every time the civilization starts doing history is dead, the past is dead, it's irrelevant, we shouldn't study it, it doesn't matter.
Or demonizing history.
Yeah.
Or looking at history through their own lens, instead of looking at history in the context of the history.
Yeah, they start doing revisionism and all of that other bullshit. And then you end up with things like the French Revolution.
I agree with Republicans more than I agree with Democrats, obviously, because Republicans by and large want a smaller government, deregulation, right?
Yeah.
Like,
at least they say they do on paper, yeah.
Right, at least on paper. Not the uniparty, not the fucking pieces of shit in Congress.
Not Dan Crenshaw.
There's like probably 5 to 10 people in Congress that I like, and they all go by the title of Republican. But I would be considered more of like a paleo-libertarian, which is like kind of synonymous with paleo-conservative. Not a conservative, because I think we need to change a lot of shit. But paleo-libertarian, I mean, is kind of in the same wheelhouse as in, like, restrictions on immigration, make sure it's legal, decentralization, economic nationalism, things of that, isolationism, more traditional values that have worked in the past, straying away from hedonism and materialism.
Yeah.
I think those are very, very important tenets, historically speaking, to succeed as a society.
Yeah. What needs to be cracked, here's the place in the cycle that needs to be, someone's got to figure out a fix for this, and it will create an empire that lasts 1,000 years and does things that no one ever imagined possible. When a society gets well situated, well established, and a large middle class grows to a level where that middle class is very wealthy and very comfortable, and the society is overwhelmingly affluent, within 100 years, invariably, the society, certainly at the topper level, becomes highly decadent and loses sight of the things that made that society great, and the rot sets in.
Yep.
Every single time. If someone comes up with an idea or a system of government or whatever it is, might be technology, I don't know, that somehow stops the cycle at the middle class becoming wealthy, and then the decadence never happens, the rot never sets in, man, that will be the society that leaves the solar system.
Yeah, I don't remember what libertarian think tank said this, but they always said, like, the proof of concept for libertarianism is in immigration, right? There's people that swim across shark-infested waters to get here just to get our negative rights, our constitution, our rights that our government cannot cross X line. Even though lately that system has been failing and they basically ignore the Constitution and do whatever they want, Chevron deference was a huge step in the right direction.
Amen. I saw that ruling. I was like, yes,
dude. Yeah, fucking amazing. I'm still like on cloud 9. I never in a million years thought that would ever happen, and I'm surprised that SCOTUS justices aren't getting whacked right now for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it literally dismantles a portion of the bureaucratic deep state, so that unaccounted, unelected fucking bureaucrats aren't making decisions that affect millions of people in this country, instead of the democracy which everyone claims to hold so near and dear, which is like, hey, this person sucks, they're in the public, we just vote them out. Whereas a bureaucrat, they can be in fucking power for 60 years and you don't even know they exist.
Right.
And
they just work in some back office of the FBI, ATF, EPA, FDA, whatever, just some 3-letter agency.
And this is why I say it all the time: term limits, but not just for Congress, term limits for every single government employee, from the janitor at your local federal courthouse to the fucking president. Every government job, term limit.
For sure. Don't disagree. I mean, I also want like a 90% reduction in the federal government, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, I'm behind you there too.
But also, but for the 10% term limits, yes, absolutely.
Yep. From my chat, as a Canadian moderate centrist, I gotta say this: if anyone is either too progressive or too conservative, both ends of the spectrum become regressive. The issue, as far as I can tell, is that number of those on the far left now vastly outnumber those on the right due to postmodern relativistic education policies. There is something to that for sure. And the result is predictable disaster. I'm a leftist-hating liberal, and the left is the problem. Based. Me and you could have a beer together. We'd have a good conversation. We disagree on plenty, but we'd agree on plenty more. Welcome to the stream. I know it took a while to get to your comment. I hope you're still there, and I hope you're having a good night. I struggle on. I'm just gonna call you Nim for the last 3 letters of your thing, because I have no idea how to pronounce that. Why having your soul in the right place is so key. Focus on the only thing we take with us. You can watch it on Fox News. I might go watch it shortly. Z. When humans stop being a slave class, things will change. Billy approve. Do you think it was staged? Billy, Yak, and Freed, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. My name is Zach. This is my wife, Kate. We have our friend and also a fellow streamer who is live right now, Ranger and Rogue, on stream. If you're inclined, go check out his stream as well. We are like Atlantis to the world. Our system fails. We are the world's lifeboat. That is facts.
I thought you were Ron Paulian. Yeah, Ron Paul is a paleo libertarian. That's the Mises Institute.
All right, let's get back to this.
Now, of course, let me fill you in here. What would not be an ethical quandary is, would you kill Hitler? The baby component is what makes it difficult. The left has literally painted Donald Trump as Hitler. I mean figuratively, but they've literally compared him to Hitler. Jake Tapper, the moderator of the debate, literally has compared Donald Trump to Hitler.
TD flip. Welcome to the adventure. My name is Zach. This is the Weefy Caitlin.
Hello.
I hope you're having a fantastic night. Thank you for hitting the follow button. The support means a lot to us. Absolute W follow. Welcome. Oh, turns out I actually like rum. Out for dinner when news broke. Said fuck it and got a couple glasses of rum. Dude, rum is the best.
Yeah.
Rum is like
Rum
one
is
of my
good.
boozes of choice. I've always loved rum.
I call it being a pirate.
Dude, yeah. Have you ever had grog?
No.
Oh, grog is so good, dude. You gotta get some grog.
I don't really drink much anymore these days. But when I was in the army, like, you know, one of my buddies would come up and be like, "Hey, you want to be pirates tonight?" And I already know that means we're gonna go out and drink rum.
Yep. Well, you might not drink much anymore, but hopefully someday we can get a drink together. I think that'd be a good time.
For sure.
Maru. Did you catch the video of the Secret Service girls yet? Dude, I've seen a lot of videos of the actual event. Are you talking about a video that was done after the event, after the rally was over? Or was it you talking about the girls on stage ranch?
Approximately a dozen times. If there's no moral ambiguity or quandary or ethical dilemma as it relates to the idea of killing Hitler, why would there be one as it relates to physically harming Donald Trump to whatever degree? No, this has been a long time in the making. It's not a surprise. That's what's sad to me. This is not a surprise. It's exactly what we saw coming. And I hope that as more information becomes available, that this is some elaborate ruse and that Donald Trump is okay. And also, just for one more comparison before we leave, President Trump, from what we've seen, was bleeding from the ear. Some shots rang out, held his ear, and he ducked down, right? All the way down to the ground. And I know some leftists will say, "Oh, what a coward, he ducked down." Okay, for comparison, as far as who is the more capable or infirm candidate. Remember they were trying to say Donald Trump was infirm before that debate. Okay, Donald Trump grabbed his ear, ducked down to the ground, got back up. You see the picture of him pumping his fist with blood down his face. Okay. I want you to picture former Vice President Biden ducking slightly. Who's the infirm candidate? I think you know the answer.
Warrior of Truth. Welcome to the adventure. I'm Zach. This is my Weefy Caitlin.
Hello.
We're on the line with, we're in a Discord call with my buddy Ranger and Rogue, fellow streamer. Go check out his stream as well. Welcome in. Catch the part where she put the gun back in the holster, then like, oh, I might need this.
Election is today. Who wins? You definitely know the answer. Why was President Trump shot? There's your answer.
Yep.
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 Yeah, I mean, I think he wasn't well articulated because it's kind of off the cuff and in a cell phone. I'd probably be the same way. But I think generally, like, what he was trying to say was, this is not an isolated incident. This is a long trail of breadcrumbs that led to this incident.
100%.
It's the implosive behavior.
Mm-hmm. It's the implosive behavior and the consistent the elevation of the rhetoric, the elevation of the issue, the exaggeration of the stakes, and it's always the left that ups the ante in terms of the rhetoric.
Well, the polarization is a byproduct of the state, because if you think about it, the federal bureaucracy, they don't want us talking about why the Federal Reserve should or shouldn't exist. So they insert wedge issues like white versus black, man versus woman, abortion, things that don't threaten their power. I want to talk about things that make them scared.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
But that byproduct is the polarization, because they insert so much bullshit and wedge issues and pork, and here we are.
Oh yeah, Trudeau is trash. 100% Nim. 100%. Trudeau is, well, he's just like his daddy Castro.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this video.
Yeah, I already roasted all the
Oh
emails
my
earlier.
god.
What the fuck?
The lack of training is so evident.
They're scared.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. Women shouldn't be cops. Women shouldn't be in the military. Women shouldn't be, obviously, Secret Service. Women should not be in male roles.
Well, I mean,
Not
like
sorry.
99% of the military is like, non-combat.
I don't care.
And also, what about like, a guy detaining a female and actually is like creepy and sexually assaults them? Like, I think it's kind of a good system to have a female pat down a female.
Okay, so let's say you're right. Okay. And the scenario comes up and we need a female to come pat down a female. Hey, station? Yeah, we have to apprehend a female suspect. Can you send her?
Yeah.
Problem
Oh, yeah. I'm cool with that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Female cops scare the shit out of me. I feel like I'm going to get shot.
Yeah, exactly.
But Secret Service, especially something that's very, very, very important and almost guaranteed to be a combat job. Yeah, no females. Absolutely. If you go back to actually when the shots rang out and the Secret Service responded, there was a female that failed on almost every metric when covering Trump. First of all, she's like a foot shorter than him. So his entire head is showing when they're like huddling around him. And then Trump is like, get my shoes, don't leave my shoes. And every single guy is grabbing Trump and saying, get your fucking head down, dumb dick, retard. Get your head down and get in the fucking car. The female obliges. She reaches down and gets his fucking MAGA hat. If you watch the shooting, she literally is like, oh, okay. And as she does that, he has no cover in one section of his body. So if there was a second shooter, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
And also in that video you just showed, I don't know if that was like frantic nervousness or being scared, or was she trying to holster her pistol and then pull it back out when she realized that she couldn't smoothly get it back in?
That's exactly what that was.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. So should my gun be out? Should it not? I can't get it in, so I'm gonna take it out.
You know what's really funny? It's one of those. This is one of those times that makes me think of that study that they did.
You take over for a second.
Okay. They did a study with several people where they tested their IQs under duress. So they gave them all an IQ test, and then they put them under serious stress and had them do the same IQ test. The majority of them, I believe it was about 85% of the people that were being subjected to the test, their IQs went down to 76.
76. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's almost room
They
10.
were functionally retarded.
Yeah.
Because 72 is what's considered to actually be retarded. So, yeah, they were 76 IQ.
That's why it's like, I'm all for, men and women are just they're equal, but they're just created differently. And men are biologically stronger, and if you want to create this arbitrary threshold in our statutes where you drawing your service pistol and discharging it is fearing for your life, I think a taller, stronger man that potentially secured the situation has a lower propensity to discharge his firearm and end life.
Yeah.
Whereas a female can get the shit beat out of her by a crackhead on the side of the road. She may need a partner, which is going to be a higher burden on the taxpayer. There's just so many things going down that road. But I think all cops in general, they need to train jiu-jitsu, mandatory.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched way too many cops, whether they're females or males. Holy shit. You have no idea how to control somebody.
Yep. Mandatory self-defense.
You're just sexist.
I am. I'm also
Hi,
racist.
Wolf.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome in.
What up?
What's up, Wolf?
Kaylin says,
Right. I see in your chat, Ranger, where you were talking about her trying to holster it 3 times. That's what I was saying earlier to look out for.
Oh.
She's an idiot.
She's like, I'm gonna put it away. He's in the bulletproof car. Should I put it away now? Oh, it's already out. I'm gonna leave it out.
She's like, we're gonna put it away.
She
We're gonna
couldn't-
keep it out.
But
We're
the
gonna put it
first time, I
away.
mean,
Oh.
she couldn't even find the holster. It's like,
No.
how do you not know where your holster is? You
I mean,
definitely don't do enough training.
to be the most
76
charitable
IQ under duress.
possible, she's appendix carrying. It looks like the holster is in waistband or out of waistband, doesn't matter. Either way, it's kind of a difficult reholster from that position, especially under stress. It'd be different if it was like an out of waistband at like 3 o'clock. That's way easier to reholster. But either way, she shouldn't be reholstering. I mean, shots just rang out. The scene isn't safe. You don't know if there's a second shooter. You don't know if there's a bomb somewhere.
Now, I'm obviously coming in super late. Have y'all watched the BBC interview with the guy that watched it all happen and was trying to tell?
Yeah, the guy that looks like Beaker.
The BBC interview? No, I don't think we have watched that. No.
Basically, a guy was there. He'd had a party, and so he walked over, and he was trying to point the dude out to Secret Service and law enforcement. Everybody's just looking at him. He's like, "No, over there on the
Whoa!
Yeah.
What up?"
Oh, we got that for you.
Oh.
Because it was your drink.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was done. I was talking about the dude that was trying to flag down, point out where the guy was on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yeah.
And of course, as I'm reading that, right, or watching that, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, I always carry. If I were at home, I probably would have walked over there carrying. I would have stopped him, and then I went, yeah, no, because the minute I pulled something out, I was getting shot.
Yeah, you're
right?
getting executed.
There was nothing he could have done to stop it,
Mm-hmm.
even if he was carrying.
It happens all the time, literally all the time.
Yeah.
There was a guy in you know who Spike Cohen is? He was Joe Jorgensen's VP pick. I think it was 2012, 2016, something like that, or 2020. I don't even. The years blur together. Spike Cohen, the dude is like the fucking man. Follow him on social media if you don't already. He's hilarious and he constantly shits on politicians on his official account. But every year he'll point out a specific case. And there was this one guy in Colorado that literally pulled his ECW and put down a mass shooter. And then the second the cops pulled up, they immediately just lit him up.
Yep.
That's why, my number one, I am not the fucking hero. I'm grabbing my wife and I'm getting the fuck out. Especially in the age of lawsuits and everything else. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, Wolf, now that you're here, I get to ask you. So, what do you think Trump's going to do day one of his presidency?
So honestly, I don't know that this will necessarily have an effect on what he currently plans to do.
Oh, I disagree.
He's going to install the Fourth Reich. What do you mean?
Heil
I
Trump!
think this-
Oh, God.
I think this 100% secured his victory, unless they pull some absolutely ridiculous shenanigans between now and then. But if that's the case, then you can consider this the first round, and it'll get really ugly.
You know what? You know what I have to say about I have to say about that though. If Trump is smart, he'll announce Vivek as his VP right now.
Yep, I agree.
It's like, oh, you kill me? Okay, the guy who wants to dismantle the state even harder than me will be replacing me. So.
Yep. Insurance policy.
You killed Trump, so now I'm going to dismantle the state even harder.
Well, I think his original plan was to wait till Tuesday, but I am sure that he will have some kind of something before then. Because he wants to come in front of the people right now. Like somebody earlier, I think it was in Discord, asked like, when's his next? It might have been on the chats of one of them, but when's his next rally? Short answer to that is, if he could do one tomorrow, he would.
I mean, he might.
He might. He very well might.
He was supposed. Z said that he was live at UFC, or that he was at UFC.
He's on his way. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. The left is full of bad takes tonight.
Yep.
I will say that reading a lot of comments on stuff, they're going to be doing an investigation, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that's going to happen is they're going to look at every single comment that exists on all of these threads. And there are so many people that just found themselves in some hot water.
You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know, man. They're on the quote unquote right side of history. They side with the left and the three-letter agencies and the giant government and the bureaucracy and suppressing the right. And
I'm with Rogue on this one.
I think they kind of look past those people.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm referring to the number of people that have said somebody needs to finish it. When is the next whatever? Because I have seen way too many of those comments.
Yeah.
Firearms that he deleted his account.
But I agree with what both of you just said.
I was referring to the same thing, and I think that the state will still overlook them.
Really?
I think that you came in late into the conversation. I think this is all a byproduct of literally the state stoking the flames for years.
Really quick from the chat, Nim says, one thing I've already noticed is that there is a widespread trend emerging in the wake of the assassination attempt of independent, liberal, anti-Trump people complimenting him for his composure and bravery. To me, this indicates a huge potential surge in Trump support among undecided right-leaning moderates, and I think that's accurate. I'd agree.
And left-leaning. Dude, Elon Musk just came out and said he fully endorses Donald Trump.
Yep. Thomas Matthew Cooks.
And I don't know, Ranger, you might be right there. I think that if Trump has anything to do with it, then that can change. But I see the argument that you're making.
Yeah, like if Trump is, if his sole, whatever he does, it doesn't matter, right? But if Trump's sole purpose is to dismantle the deep state, even though he became president and played footsie with the deep state, his supporters, the supporters of the destruction of the deep state is going to look past those people, I would say, in general, right? Just my There's a very human element to these 3-letter agencies, and it's the people within them. They can very easily just kind of skip over it. And that's why you hear the very famous line the FBI always says, he was on our radar, we were watching him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Outdoor. So we have the name, Thomas Matthew Crooks. Let's read through this article and see if we can get any details about him. Nope. No, nothing. Nothing yet.
All 4 sentences.
Yeah.
I bet his social media is already scrubbed.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
The minute that they knew who he was, it was gone.
Yeah. Hopefully someone in his immediate circle who disagreed with his ideology, grab some screenshots to leak.
Yep.
God works. Yeah, Groofus just said, I can't find any socials of his. I tried. Yep. God works in mysterious ways. That bullet was guided off. Amen to that. God does work in mysterious ways. I gotta giggle at Americans including middle names in reporting all their famous assassins through history.
Yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, we're big on our names. I mean, my daughter has 4 names, so.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they want to make sure that everybody knows exactly who it was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're a reporter and you don't know. You must work for CNN. The shooter was. Okay, so it looks like someone has been able to find some stuff from his social media.
He's wearing the TikTok glasses.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't. Those.
I hate that he has long blonde hair.
You better go shave it.
As officially a former. Oh, thanks FBI for confirming what was fucking obvious.
Guys, we don't know the motive. He could have been target shooting, okay? There was a target in the background by the lake.
Oh, man.
I mean, look at the bright side. At least he didn't shoot up a school. Because he
Amen.
has that written all over him.
He does. But also, Ranger, don't you kind of hate that the media has conditioned us to associate school shooter with white dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think if they didn't take him out, his next targets would have been half of that crowd.
Yeah.
Breaking, Thomas Matthew Crooks' ID as the suspect who shot at Trump. He was 20-year-old from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, which was about 40 miles. AR was reportedly recovered, was apparently shot in the head after he tried taking out the former president. Yeah.
That's not a headshot. This is a headshot.
Let me show you how to not miss.
Oh God! Oh God! Why are you sharing Candace Owens' take?
Right.
Don't worry, guys. Right after they finish wiping his socials and deleting every trace of his existence online, the experts will be sure to let us know who the shooter is. Dead men tell no tales.
Actually, a base take.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Actually, yeah. I guess a broken clock and all that.
Yeah, I am not a fan of Candace Owens, but
yeah, me either.
Dead men tell no tales.
I think she's largely a black propagandist, and I'm not talking about her skin color. I'm talking about black propaganda as a thing people do.
Yeah, I think she race grifts to the right a lot.
Agreed. Who knows? To be fair, it's interesting, but perhaps a little irresponsible to speculate. I'm sick of watching the leftists make things up. I don't want to encourage everyone else to do the same. Oh, I love speculation. That's my channel. My audience will tell you. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. I speculate the fuck out of everything.
Speculation is just critical thinking.
Agreed. True, and saying, yeah, I think that's probably it, because I think there's a part of me that wants this timeline to not be shitty. Is it Kate? Check the other stream. Check is the stream dead?
No, we're still moving.
Died here. Oh, you buffered. Okay. So, we got any comments over there? Panda. I wish Panda was here. I can't believe I just said that, but I do.
I can't believe you just said that.
I wish Panda was in the comments
Panda
right
was
now.
Here? Golly.
Maybe I'm too drunk. Maybe I need to get off. Maybe I need to get off air. Hey, what's up, Sleepy? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, Sleeps. Man.
I'm seeing the stream just fine.
Here's another question. I asked Ranger this earlier, Wolf, but I want to see your take on it. Do you think this has? We all agree, barring an insane eventuality, Trump wins in November. So, do you think that this makes the violence afterwards worse, less? Do you think it affects the after election in any way in terms of the civil unrest?
So I've been trying to come up with a conclusion to that. So the reality is, if Trump wins, one of two things is going to happen. Those on the left who support this guy right here are going to go absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Or, because this happened, and there are probably few enough people that wanted that kind of violence, the support for him only grows stronger, even from that side. So they won't necessarily support him, not going to oppose the same way as they would have.
Mic check. Mic check.
So everything appears good on my end. I'm watching your stream. I don't know about sound, but the video is just fine.
Nope, it just came back. Yeah. Yep, Kate just had it. Yeah. Yeah, we just got on Starlink too. We literally installed ours today. I had to go into the sweltering fucking attic to do it. Can you guys hear me now? Is anyone there?
I'm still here. I think generally speaking, one of the reasons that he wins is because no matter how much people on the left don't like him, this crosses a line that most of them don't agree.
Yeah, I think there is something to that.
And I think as much as nobody really listens to Biden anyway, I think Biden's statement on that, it was appropriate that he made it.
Well, yeah, it was the canned politician statement. There was nothing.
Yes.
There was nothing groundbreaking or offensive there.
Oh, I agree with that, but it was a statement that had to be made regardless.
I guess.
I don't know. I think I called this years ago. I was talking to my wife earlier. She's like, "Didn't you say this was going to happen?" I was like, "Yep, you did." I didn't actually think that it would happen.
Well, at least I have your beautiful face. Kate, do we have audio over there again?
I didn't actually think that it would happen.
Yeah. Try hang on. If you don't have audio, reload stream.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have audio. Arcan 13. Welcome to the adventure. Thank you for hitting the button. My name is Zach. My wife Caitlin is in the background. Hello.
We are joined by my friends and associates Wolf and Ranger and Rogue. Ranger and Rogue also streams on Twitch. He's live right now. In fact, please go check him out if you're so inclined. He's also a good person to go and listen to. More knowledgeable than me on some things. Quite a few things, actually.
Yeah, fuck the state.
Fuck the state. Yeah, that's something we agree on. Yeah, fuck the state, bro. New tab, still no audio. Weird. Okay. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the stream down for a second.
Everybody?
Huh?
So is that happening for everybody?
It seems that way, which is, it seems to be working on Kick, but maybe not on Twitch. I don't know. So here's what we're going to do.
My stream dropped at the same time as you.
Interesting. I wonder if Kick is, I wonder if Twitch is doing a little cleansy cleanse.
Oh yeah, it's because of our content.
Yeah. Okay. Go down and come right back. Hold, please. All right.
I'm gonna go grab another drink.
All right. For those of you on YouTube, if you can still hear me, I'm not going back up on YouTube. This is the end of the YouTube stream. Come see us over on Kick or Twitch. We'll see you on the